Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft build video. In this series, I take a random Minecraft world and I try to transform it with my own creative builds so that I can bring you updates on a weekly basis. And let's go check out what I have prepared for you for this week. We are currently at week 4 of this world. The past week was a bit of a slow week, but there is so much work that go into modifying an area and making it look nice on camera. And I've decided to just walk you through everything I've done over the past week in this part of this video. And if you want to stick around after that, I will also show you some behind the scenes stuff to hopefully keep you entertained. In my last video, I built up this area here. I cleared out this area in between episodes. It took me some time, but I did fill in this wall, which I think is looking great. We have here this building that is currently under construction, and I will show you the back of this building in just a little bit. But first, I want to show you how much potential this area has. Behind me, there's a huge empty area where I will be showcasing some more building ideas. But right now, I have some more progress to show you. I'm gonna try to find the right angle. And do you see a pine forest? And if you don't, you may have to look further. But trust me, it's there, and it's work in progress. I will tell you more about it later in this video, but right now, let's finish our tour here. So on the back of this building, I have constructed something. I guess this is the medieval version of a parking garage for visitors to safely put away their horses. I'm very happy with how the building is looking so far. And now I'm going to jump back in time to show you how these changes were made. In my last video, I added some buildings in this area behind me, and now I have a problem. The two small buildings you're seeing here are naturally generated, and now this area is getting a little too crowded for me, to the point where I'm having a hard time figuring out how to develop this place. Which is why I've decided that it's time to move these village houses. I'll be showing you something I've been working on in just a second, and right now I'm doing a quick furniture check. So there's one bed here. Of course, when I eventually do get rid of these houses, I don't want any villager to be without beds. And what about this building here? There's one bed, I'm gonna get rid of it. And why am I doing all of this? Well, if you look over here, I have replicated those two houses right here. Right now, these are just empty shells. They don't even have door frame or windows. There's also no floor, but I can change that. I'll put down a window here. Some torches to light this place up. And let's put down some furniture. So that house is done. And what about this one? I see that floor has already been installed here, so I'm just gonna put down some doors. It doesn't have to be an exact replica of the naturally generated house, but I would like to keep some of the features, such as this double door. Let's make sure that there is light source and a bed. So these two replica houses are now complete. And we managed to keep the same number of beds, which means we can now proceed to demolish the original buildings. Although I am playing in creative mode, I do enjoy seeing stuff being blown up, which is why I'm using TNT here. After successfully removing the first house, I thought I could speed up the process by putting down multiple TNT at the same time, and let's see how that works on the second house. Is it gonna work? I think I saw a villager in the middle of that explosion, and it seems like the villager is fine, but it's not the case for our building here, which I spent so much time working on, and I guess I have some repairing to do. And this house is still standing, which means our blast operation has completely failed, and I will be right back. Well, I just finished repairing this wall. I'm pretty sure this is how it used to look like. And it's time to clean up the remaining parts of this house. And I am technically still using TNT. Let's also have this fixed. While I was working on projects in our village, I have also been doing some work out here. Behind me is a massive jungle forest. And to me, this forest is now a bit of an eyesore. You see, the theme for our village is, I guess you could say, Nordic, and having a jungle forest in the background does not work very well with that theme. Which is why, in between projects, I have been slowly chipping away this jungle forest right here. And now we have a bit of an empty buffer zone that could allow us to build something here to cover up the jungle trees. This jungle forest is huge, and these jungle trees are very tall. So I'll keep thinking about ways that I can transform this area, but for now I'm going to show you our next project. So unfortunately my game did not record while I was building this, but you're not missing too much because so far I have only constructed a rough skeleton of this diagonal building, and you're just in time to watch me putting a roof on this thing, which I have to say is so much easier to do in creative. If I were to do this in survival Minecraft, it would have taken me a lot more time to get rid of the placeholder blocks. But after a while, we now have a rough sketch to work with. I'm just gonna walk around this building to see what could be added. And over on this side of this building, I have added an arch. Not sure what it's gonna turn into, but we will see. Just by the way, my overall concept for this building is that travelers who are visiting this village can put away their horses while they explore the rest of the village. So this building will probably mark the outer boundary of this village, which is why I would like to have this side of this building look nicer. You know, to give a good first impression. I have some ideas as for how to make the roof look nicer, and I'm going to show it to you right here. I like how this is turning out. As you can see, I added some color variation. If you look over here, it extends all the way to the back of this building. I'm also going to add an arch, which I am going to speed up here because the process takes a while. I'm also going to make the front wall of this building look more interesting. And as always, the way I do it is by adding in different types of blocks. And I also want to make sure that the doorways here match the overall shape of the arch. The last step, which I'm going to finish off camera, is to divide up the spaces inside. And with those additions made, our village is now looking nice. Of course, we still have a lot more work to do in future videos. But to wrap up our video for today, I have one more thing to show you. In the jungle forest area that we cleared out earlier, I have been thinking about how to make it look better. And this is what I came up with. I am going to turn this area into a pine forest, so that we can keep the theme of this area somewhat consistent. Eventually, I will be placing down leaves to make these trees look more realistic, but that is something I will worry about in the future, because right now I'm trying to figure out placements for these trees. My goal here is to make sure that these trees vary in height, and as you can see here, I still have a lot more area to cover. In the meantime, I am running out of time for this video, so it's time for me to get to work, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Hi there! If you enjoyed this episode, You should also check out the other Minecraft video which I uploaded to my channel this week, where I participated in a Minecraft challenge in survival mode. A bunch of other YouTube channels are also doing these challenges. So if that sounds interesting to you, go click the link on the screen right now. And I hope you enjoy it.